Tammy?
Were we ready? Okay. Is Rick coming?
Yes, he did say he's coming.
Okay.
Good. Video is on, it is on, so it is recording, but again, Rick's coming?
Thank you,
Yes.
yes.
He's been here before with the.
So we understand.
Should we call him?
Yeah.
Is it-
Right.
He forgot that we were here.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Went to voicemail. My last two texts to him were the address and the screenshot of the location.
You said what to the voicemail?
Started.
It was straight to voicemail, so you guys do have more.
February.
Yeah, we have a quorum. I don't have a gavel, so let me welcome everyone that's in attendance here to our Board of Zoning Appeals meeting on whatever day this is, Monday, February 23rd, 2016. Do I have approval of the minutes? I assume everyone has read them, reviewed.
Just one question, I was appointed not by the honorable mayor, but by the honorable city council.
Okay. Okay, oh, on our members.
Yes.
Yeah, so that can be changed, thank you. Approval of the minutes from last month, January.
Move to approve. Second.
Thank you, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. On to our first case, our one and only, 2026-0201. The applicant is Jennifer Kingston in regards to allowing a commercial business in a residential zone.
Right. So the petitioner is seeking a use variance to permit the operation of commercial business and the installation of signage in an R2 zone. Pursuant to city code, the intent of the R2 district is to provide for an environment of medium density dwellings with related uses. The subject property is an existing, non-conforming use. The petitioner seeks the requested variance to ensure that in the event the structure is damaged or destroyed by 75% or more, its replacement value as a result of a catastrophic occurrence, the commercial use may be reconstructed on the property in that commercial usage. In addition, the petitioner seeks approval to install a freestanding sign, as seen attached. Freestanding signs are not typically permitted in an R2 zone. Monument signs are the only sign type permitted. The proposed sign would otherwise comply with the applicable dimensional and design requirements of the city code if located within a district where it was permitted. Based on the findings of fact, the planning department recommends that the board grant the requested use to permit a commercial business within the R2 zone. And then with respect to the sign, the planning department recommends approval of the freestanding sign subject to the condition that the petitioner comply with the landscaping requirements applicable to the monument signs set forth in the code, which is as follows. The sign shall incorporate at least one of the following decorative features: landscaping around the base of the sign equal to 1/2 of the area of the sign face, decorative brick embellishments around 2 sides of the sign, or an alternative design feature if approved by the planning department.
Oh, sorry.
In this deliberation, I ask the board to further consider whether this petition meets the following criteria as listed below.
Thank you. Any questions of Leah before we open this up to Mr. Snyder?
Leah, is this part of the center, street overlay?
Yes,
Okay, so the signs are what taken care of underneath there, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions of Leah?
What's currently there?
What is that building?
I don't know if it's being used currently, it's Mexico.
Hello, yeah.
Associates, but I don't know if anyone occupies it as it is.
Yeah,
give you some information that will tell you why we're here, the first page being a sign for Ameriprise Financial. As most of you probably know, the county instituted eminent domain proceedings against Jennifer's current location in 225 North Buffalo. Those have been concluded by negotiation, and she, of course, had to find a place to relocate. Looking around, this property became available. It suits her needs quite well. And as we were looking through the prospects of purchasing it, I did a little zoning investigation and found that its use had never been approved by the Board of Zoning Appeals at any time. I go back far enough, and probably further, to know that that was originally Helvey's location to the west. Helvey expanded, and there he comes.
I didn't miss a beat, go right ahead.
Okay, but anyway, Helvey expanded to the east into this property. You can tell that by the location of the driveways that show on the easement. There is actually a shared access onto Center Street. I tried to provide you with some land-based photos showing all of that, but I don't actually know whether the building is occupied to any extent at this time. I believed it was when we negotiated with them, but I can't tell you they're still there. There is the front office building, which has been part of Helvey's operation for years, and the rear has additional office space on the first floor and an apartment on the second floor. We don't plan on changing anything except adding the sign that shows on the first page of the handout. It's a unique property from the standpoint that its use has been supplemented by adequate parking, good access off Center Street, commercial area obviously immediately to the west, the Helvey operation, other commercial occupancies within a block or a block and a half. And the shared access onto Center Street is an advantage in that we don't need a new curb cut for this. That will continue. So, the request is to allow this commercial use in an R2 district. Allow the sign as proposed. We will meet the requirements for that monument sign. What I gave you is just an indication of the general appearance of the sign. But we have presented you with something that will essentially be no change to what's there, and will be low volume from a traffic standpoint, more than adequate parking, and won't really have any effect on the neighborhood because we're continuing the same operation with virtually no changes, again, except the sign with some low landscaping around it. So we think all of the requirements for the use variance have been met, and we're asking for your approval so we can go ahead with the transaction.
Thank you. Any questions of Mr. Snyder?
Is the back line, there's a parking lot back. So is there screening by way of plants to hide that parking?
If you look at the aerial photo, you will see that there is no screening at the back other than some tree growth. So if there is to be a requirement for the approval that there be some form of screening, either in the form of a green fence or a solid fence, we will take care of that depending on what your conditions for approval are.
So the trees are tall, they don't give any cut, or they don't hide anything?
No, they don't really.
That's how you picture them up here.
And you can't, in the land-based photos I provided, you can't really see anything back there.
Here, did you get one?
They're sticking together.
If you look at that aerial though, it
except to the extent of the trunk of the tree.
Maintenance went out, I assume, Leah, and you didn't have any calls and any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions of Mr. Snyder? Rick? Okay, with that,
Thank you.
I'll close this to the floor. I don't have anyone out there that wants to speak in favor or against. It doesn't look like, unless Justin, you got anything? Okay. And with that, I think I can entertain a motion. So,
Motion to approve.
I need a second, please.
I'd like to add something to that motion, that there be screening along the back property line, preferably shrubbery.
Okay, we can add that in there, Andrew. Rick?
Is that a problem?
No.
Okay.
All we are always looking for is a definition of screening.
Screening.
And whether it's a fence, live streaming, and if it's live streaming, planting height, et cetera.
Okay. He wants live,
Along the, north property line,
yeah, you want live screening,
yes.
not fence, so live screening. What kind of height does it have to have? Leah,
I
does
don't
that
know.
matter?
I'd have to
Wow.
look. Yeah, I'd have to look.
Yeah,
Typically it's 36 inches, but you could say, you could say 36 inch minimum.
Okay, 36 inch now.
okay, thank you. Got that? And with that, I have a motion and a second. Let's call for a vote here. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to both of you, the petitioner and you. Any other, Leah, any other business to come up?
So we do have to, just go over the unfinished business from last time, that 18 Quarry Center Street that we tabled.
Okay.
I reached out to the petitioner, this is for that massage parlor. I reached out to her to see if she wanted to do anything about it this month, and she said no. We did talk about potential, modifications that we could make, so I don't know if she's going to come back. I talked about it with Justin, but after thinking about it, I think we should just table it one more time, see if she comes back, and if not, we can,
There's a sold sign on that.
yeah.
Yeah,
She
so-
did purchase it, I just don't think she's,
You got a 2-2 tie, too.
yeah, so,
Yeah, I think she does nothing, so just pick it up once
Yeah.
once they're accomplished,
right.
come back.
I kind of thought maybe since she went ahead and bought it, that she just decided to forget about the living order.
Yeah, I think we give it one more chance.
Okay.
My thing is like residency, it's like, to have a residency, like, is it actually necessary? Again, it's like, it's not like it's gonna be a primary residence
Right.
by any means.
Right.
It's,
Well, I think too, the thing through us is you find out it could be a dual occupancy, you could have all kinds of people in there, and
Yeah.
a duplex, and,
Yeah.
that was kind of game changing.
that's for me as well, that's I don't wanna go down that route, especially when you have a lot of parking in the back, that makes concern for a number of people that potentially may
Yeah.
have cars.
Okay. So do I need any kind of,
No,
you don't need any
You want to
other,
do anything that?
and what was your other one?
The other one, is 2026-0202, that one, the ad, printed the wrong, incorrect
Oh.
address. So I'll have them reprint the correct address, and we'll do that next month.
Okay.
You would want to table that one, so that.
The 2026,
The second one.
Yeah, the second one, because any of the mailers, the neighboring properties, if they were interested and wanted to remonstrate, they would see this and know that it's gonna come back next month.
okay.
And I'll make the motion to
Good
table.
to table that,
Second.
second, thank you, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, that one is tabled. Any other matters to come before us?
That is all.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are we gonna get back to South, if we go to Walmart?
you need the right time to do it.
I think we're here one more month.
One more time?
One more month, Rick.
I was gonna over there. Okay,
Okay.
One
well,
more
I'll-
meeting.
I need your number so I can.
All right.
I'm running late.
I'm just tech, all I am is tech.
Steve's enjoying the moment.
He's ready to go. And with that, I'll
I'll
give
make
a
a motion
motion,
to
a
adjourn.
second to adjourn.
Second move.
So carried, thank you.
I'll give you a right back in the car,
Here's
Steve.
your paperclip.
Steve, when I see you, I feel like I seen the whole line in front of me. From 1984, we